are back with another video. Before we get to the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So with everything that is going on, it looks like Nicki Minaj has successfully helped Megan Thee Stallion's next era. I don't know, because allegedly Megan Thee Stallion is clapping back at Nicki Minaj on a record. As you know, she dropped Piss last year, went #1. Okay. And she is planning on clapping back on behalf of the Carters, okay, because she's under Devil Nation, for Act 3, okay? And the shots may not be subliminal, okay? You know, where she wasn't really mentioning names. It may be a little bit more direct this go-round, okay? Now, here's the thing, though. You know, Nicki gave Megan attention. You know what I'm saying? You posted Megan. You posted the lawsuit of Megan Thee Stallion. You gave Megan attention, so now she is going to respond. Okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. If you guys would be here for another Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, you know, rap battle. Here's the thing, though. I feel like Megan, she'll throw shots, but then she'll also not respond right away. Okay? Like, when Bigfoot dropped, we got nothing. So I feel like she gonna do the same thing where she might put out a record, diss Nicki Minaj. It might be somewhat successful. Nicki drops something, then she go ghost. Okay, and then it just gets boring. I don't know if I'm into all of that, but let me know how y'all feel about it. It's about to be real fucking messy. Okay, about to be real messy. Also, Camel Face will respond to Nicki Minaj too. Okay, because allegedly he's been working on music. That's why he performed in Paris with Queen Bee. He's been working on music. It may not necessarily be like a full album of songs. I don't know if Camel Face could do a full album anymore. I don't think people care. But he will be putting out a few verses on other people's songs, and he will be clapping back at Nicki Minaj and Champagne Thickums for throwing shade. Let me know what y'all think he's going to say in his record. Okay? So it's about to get real messy up in here. Should Nicki Minaj respond in the music? That is the question of the day. Now, moving on from that. Now fans are trying to run with a narrative that Nicki Minaj is scared of Cardi B because she has yet to respond to Cardi B openly dissing her and sticking up for Megan Thee Stallion. Now, if you guys remember, she tweeted to go to the park, to go shopping, to get off the internet. She told Nicki Minaj to shut the F up, but Nicki Minaj has yet to respond, and it's been a few days. But she has continued to drag Camel Face, Deseret, and Megan Thee Stallion, which we finna get into. But the point of the matter is, people believe that she's scared. Here's the thing. I don't think Nicki Minaj is scared of Cardi B. I think she knows that Cardi B got music out. Her album is coming out in September. She don't want to help Cardi B with her rollout. That's what it's given. It's given, I'm not going to help you with your rollout and give you a moment. You know, but I also think if you don't want to give Cardi B a moment, you probably shouldn't give Megan Thee Stallion a moment, okay? Because Megan is going to use this situation as a reason to, you know, diss you in a record. I feel like if you're not going to give Cardi B the time of day, I wouldn't give Megan the time of day. Every time you give Megan the time of day, people tune into her music. It charts. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if Megan released a single in the next few weeks and start dissing. You know, I feel like Nicki got to pay all the female rappers dust, not just Cardi B. Now, Nicki Minaj has continued to come after Camel Toe and Deseret. She reposted a post on X that says, Coalition Advisory Board, Camel Face, head of Devil Nation, Deseret Perez, the CEO, and Alex Spiro, a self-described crisis control expert and lawyer. Then there's Tamika Mallory, Gayle King, Charlamagne the colorist, who is on The Breakfast Club, shows clear bias whenever Devil Nation artists or topics come up, which explains why he pushes one-sided narratives. With connections like these, it's no surprise people question how much influence they have over the justice system and media stories, okay? And I listened to what Charlamagne had to say on The Breakfast Club, and I don't really feel like he really was one-sided. Now, do I think he likes Nicki Minaj? No, but I think that don't stem from Camel Face. They been had issues. They was beefing when Anaconda came out. Okay, I don't think that has anything to do with Devil Nation. If you know the history of Charlamagne and Nicki, he has been dragging her, and it really started when he did not like the Anaconda record. I don't remember if he called it trash, but I remember him dissing Anaconda, and that's what kind of started their issue. And allegedly, according to, people behind the scenes, Nicki attempted to try to get Charlamagne fired from The Breakfast Club. She tried, according to what he tells people. Okay, this has come from people in Charlamagne's camp. He has told people that Nicki Minaj had tried to get him fired from The Breakfast Club. But he's just too controversial that it would be a loss. I mean, nobody wants to hear DJ Envy the whole damn show. Let's be very clear. Angela Yee laughing, just not hilarious, can't keep up with the show. So with that being said, their issues, I feel like, have stemmed far beyond Camel Face. Okay? But do I think he likes Nicki? No. All he said, from what I saw, was that, she needs to sue. That's what everybody is saying, though. I feel like everybody is saying, why is this not in court? Some fans are saying she's building a case. But I feel as though if you're building a case, then maybe whatever you do and say on social media can be used against you. That's the thing. If you're building a case, whatever you do or say on social media will be held against you in the court of law. So that's the only thing. Now, fans are saying that Megan Thee Stallion is dating Klay Thompson, okay, who is a basketball player. Is he on the Warriors? And, she previously, I think last year, was dating Torrey Craig, okay? So now she got a new man, and it's Klay Thompson, another basketball player. Let me know how y'all feel about that. He was spotted in one of her photos, but we don't really know if this is Klay. This could be a lookalike, but a lot of people believe that it is Klay Thompson. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, it has been reported that Cardi B is in debt. As we know, previously it was exposed that, she couldn't pay her rent. She owes millions of dollars for the home that she owns or not really own in New Jersey. That was exposed last year. Now it has been reported that Cardi B gang ties are under renewed scrutiny after a bombshell UCC filing reveals she has secured $250,000 bond for an alleged Brim affiliate, Randy Harvey Paparazzi Poe. A lien was placed onto her TriStar Tour production account. If defaulted, all funds in the debitor's bank account would be seized. The funds in the account are being used as collateral. Is Cardi B just a rapper with rough past, filled with stripping, drug abuse, and SA? Or is she a Brim gang kingpin or a silent financer as well? A RICO case is brewing, and baby, it smells like red. Cardi B is granting a security interest in her funds, which are held in a bank account at a city national bank. This means that the $250,000 bond for Randall's release is secured by Cardi B's financial assets. Should she default on the bond or fail to meet her obligations in the future, the funds in her bank account could be seized to cover the debt. Essentially, Cardi B is putting her own money at risk to ensure Randall's freedom. This comes as 14 members of the 5'9" Brims and Bloodhound Brims were indicted on charges including murder, attempted murder, conspiracy tied to bloody feud that 9 injured and 2 were dead. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, Cardi B's bestie, Star Brim, she just got out of jail. Okay. And she did admit that Cardi B paid, I think, $300,000 for her lawyers. That's why she only did 1 year. Plus, she snitched. Okay. She was a rat 6'9", and she snitched on her other blood gang members, allegedly. And with that being said, she was able to do only a year. She just recently got out. And that is Cardi B's bestie. So I can see this being believable. You know, this is all alleged, but I can see this being believable because Star Criminal did admit that Cardi B paid $300,000 for her lawyers. Okay. And the reason why Cardi B is tied to the Bloods is because Cardi B be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? She's still living that street life low key. And if her second album don't do well, she gonna have to go back to the street. She might as well go back to being a stripper, because that's what it's gonna be if that album flop. Okay, because Outside already flopped. So, you know, her album flopping wouldn't be shocking to me at this point. Now, Miss Tina Knowles is changing her tune. Okay, she posted yesterday from a Beyonce fan account some shade at Nicki. Now, she reposted a fan saying, "Good morning. It feels good to wake up knowing my faves didn't lose their mind. Y'all have a great day. Remember to ignore the ignorance," as Miss Tina Knowles will say, okay? And then, you know, Miss Tina, after getting dragged by the barbs, says, "Wow, I reposted this because it was talking about our relationship. It had nothing to do with anyone other than me and Queen B. Stop being messy and dragging me into something I have anything to do with. You guys should be ashamed." Okay, so she's saying the Barbs should be ashamed of themselves because they're dragging her into mess that she does not want to be a part of. But that was shady, though. So who were you talking about? So you said that you were talking about you and Beyonce, but I could have sworn it says, "It feels good to wake up knowing your faves didn't lose their mind." So who lost their mind? Okay, because it seemed like that was shade towards Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj came after Can't Emo Face. You know, the Beehive said that Nicki Minaj is crazy. The Cardi B fans said she needs to be put under a conservatorship. People are saying that Nicki Minaj is losing her mind. You post this, but you talking about Beyonce and you? That just doesn't make any sense. Tina, you need to stop backtracking. I only respect people that throw shade and stand on their shade. Like, you know, I don't respect people that throw shade and then try to backtrack. I don't respect people like that. I'm sorry. Okay? You know, Miss Tina, I'm going to let this slide. But usually people that do this get 50,000 lashings. But I'm going to let it slide because you are Queen Bee's mother and I do respect my elders 75% of the time. So, you know, I'm going to let it slide today. But don't do this again. Okay, stop backtracking when you be doing shade. Now, it looks like Kung Fu Kenny remains on Champagne Thickum's neck. Kung Fu Kenny, not like us, is Diamond. I'm like, it's only been a year. Is Diamond already? It's only been a year. That came out last year. Goodness gracious. Y'all ain't right. But he has other Diamond records. Humble. I think Humble's like 14 times platinum. That's way beyond Diamond. All the Stars, that's my song. That's a classic record. That's Diamond. Bad Blood, that's the song he got with the Tribe Called Races. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, that's a classic. That's Diamond. DNA is Diamond. Effing Problems is Diamond. Money Trees is Diamond. Okay, I didn't know y'all like Money Trees like that, but you know, he got another Diamond plat. He got 8 Diamond records, and y'all was trying to say that he only became popping because of Champagne Thickums. How is this possible? The only song he dissing Champagne Thickums in is Not Like Us. Okay?
But that was a hit. I didn't think it was going to go diamond this fast, though. I thought it was going to go diamond maybe in 2027. But y'all really ran that song to the ground.
Now, moving on to Camel Toe, it has been reported that Camel Toe net worth has went up. It was previously at 2.5 billion, and now is at 2.6 billion. Forbes is predicting that his net worth will be at 3 billion by 2028, 2029. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, here's my thing with Camel Face. I'm wondering, how is it going up so fast, though? I'm like, what is he doing? I know he do a lot of businesses behind the scenes, but I just feel like his relevancy has quickly died down musically, so it definitely ain't the music. He is definitely getting to the bag behind the scenes. Do you think he'll pay out Nicki Minaj since he get into the bag? If he worth $2.6 billion and he bought, I think, a $200 million house, what was it, last year? Okay, in California, cash, no loans. Does that mean he can give that $200 million he is owed to Nicki Minaj? But I feel like even if he owes Nicki, he's not going to give her $200 million. Let's just be honest. In no way he giving her that money. Cassie didn't even get that. And, she was abused by Diddy for years. Okay. So I don't think, he's going to give her the $200 million. I got some tea on Nicki and Camel Face behind the scenes on Patreon. Link will be in description. But let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like, in my opinion, he don't need to be worth this much amount of money. I mean, what is he doing? Okay, investigation needs to be done. Now, the Clipse get sabotaged. Okay, the Clipse album fully leaked. I didn't listen to it yet because I respect artists and I like to listen to artists' music when it officially drops and not when it gets leaked, okay? But unfortunately, the Clipse album did get leaked, and a lot of fans are speculating that Champagne Thickums is behind that because they put Kung Fu Kenny's verse on, I believe, the song Whips and Chains. And as we know, Def Jam dropped the Clipse because they did not want him to put Kung Fu Kenny on the Whips and Chains song. Okay? They wanted him to remove Kung Fu Kenny's verse. And if you notice, Champagne Thickums dropped a week before the Clipse album. Okay? We don't know if he's going to drop anything this Friday. But with that being said, a lot of fans are speculating that this was a strategic sabotagery move by Champagne Thickums, that he got a hold of the album and leaked it. My whole thing is it could have also been in somebody in Travis Scott's camp. Remember, he was dissing Travis, and now Travis is also dropping on Friday too. So it could have been somebody in Travis' camp linking the album. And then on top of that, ticket sales for the Clipse upcoming tour has allegedly surfaced online, with the current figures showing an average of 18.27% tickets sold per market, ranging from 254 to 976 tickets. The tour starts in 3 weeks, so he's not selling out his tour, Pusha T, unfortunately, and his album leaked. Here's my thing. I think that Travis or Champagne Thickums was behind us, okay? Either one. I think that they came out to sabotage Pusha T, rightfully so, because Pusha T dissing. But also, this is why I don't respect a lot of artists. Other artists want to sabotage other artists, but then they don't want to get sabotaged by the label. It's very interesting. Other artists like to sabotage and pull strings behind the scenes, but when they get sabotaged, it's Cry Me a River, whoa, it's me, oh, the industry's coming after me. And here's the thing. We don't know who it is, but I think it's either Champagne Thickums and Travis because they have the biggest beef with Pusha T. Nobody else would have the motive. And, this is why I don't feel bad when other artists get sabotaged, because y'all be sabotaging each other all the time, doing stuff behind the scenes, being little puppets. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about it. If you guys are going to support the Clipse album, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Nicki and Camel Face. Link will be in the description, and have a great day.